This is ABC40 News This Morning in high definition.
Well, credit scams have been hitting banks hard this year, but if you fall victim, scams could really hurt your credit score.
For more on their effect and how to turn things around, we're joined by attorney, scam expert, and professor at Bentley University, Steve Weissman. Steve, thank you for joining us.
Good to be with you.
So a lot of times when you're scammed and someone gets your credit card information, the first thing we think about is that they're going to take our money. We don't think about the long-lasting effects. Just talk about what some of those are.
Biggest effect is on your credit score, which turns up on your credit report, because that credit report can affect not just whether you're going to get a loan, it can be whether you get a job, insurance, in many things that affects you. And so what happens if somebody has stolen your identity, particularly if they get your social security number, they can set up credit in your name, and it makes it very, very difficult, which is why it's important to check your credit score and check your credit report regularly.
If somebody pays off a debt, Stephen, and we assume that the debt holder or the person that you owed the money to or the company you owe the money to, we assume they're going to tell the credit card companies, the reporting companies, but they don't necessarily need to. You think you're paying off your debt and your credit's going to get better. They don't necessarily have to talk to Transamerica or TransUnion, right?
Yep, and that's a good point, because let's say even you become a victim of identity theft and you had something that was bad credit on there and they just say the account is closed. You want it reported closed at the customer's request, because otherwise it's going to affect your credit.
Steve, are there any new scams out there right now that people might not have heard of that they need to keep an eye out for?
Well, you know, one of the big things right now, and I saw an early report here on 40, is the iPhones and the iPads and the iPods. There was a hacking into them that just a couple of days ago, the new software to correct that problem was put out. So there are people that just don't necessarily update their phones and their iPads and their iPods. Do it right away, because the scammers depend on people to put off till tomorrow, and that's when they get you.
Can people really recover from a bad credit score? Let's say you've had a bankruptcy and you haven't paid a lot of your debts, whether they're credit card debts or other problems. You have a real low credit score. Is it ever possible to recover?
It is. One of the things to be careful is there are credit repair places out there, and some of the things that they do are illegal. So you have to make sure you're dealing with the right people. But as far as bad information on your credit report, it's on there for 7 years, a bankruptcy 10 years, so you can get your credit report and your credit score back in gear.
It's just going to be a long process.
That it is.
Steve
Never fun. Thank you. Steve, then your hand is doing well.
Yeah,
doing better.
I'm so happy for you, Steve.
Hit me again.
No, you're getting a little fingers.
No, it's getting better.
Thank you so much, Steve.
And a reminder, we'd like to invite you to tune into ABC40 News tonight at 5 for the 44th Credit Check. We're going to have a panel of experts here at our studios taking your calls, meeting with you in person to do these credit checks and let you know how you can improve your specific credit score. That all starts tonight at 5 only on your ABC40.